And last but certainly not least, we've got the Alivast Oracle. New giant-sized exhibit features Treasures of Kolkadar. In the Middle Arcana District, the Alivast Museum of History has recently opened a new exhibit featuring artifacts and exhibits of the people of Kolkadar, an indigenous civilization of Goliath that thrived until a few centuries ago. The people of Kolkadar were unknown to scholars until a recent expedition by the Unexpectables Guild, known for their recent defeat of the Dragon Cult. Discovered ruins of their civilization Ooh. No one gives a fuck, Ashley Ann. Who gives a fuck, Barnaby Bright? No one gives a fuck, American Boy Choir. There we go. Discovered ruins of their civilization preserved in ice. The exact location is being kept a secret by a decree from both the Hoketh and Alman clergies to protect this important cultural site from looting and disturbing the dead by curiosity seekers. Items on display are a variety of ceremonial artifacts, as well as some items that more representative of the daily lives of their creators. Most were sold to the museum by the Unexpectables, though others are on loan, while the guild members are out on another expedition to the unknown. Features in the displays are items that belonged to King Kiferus, the last king of Kolkadar. His crown, exquisitely carved from ivory and inlaid with lapis lazuli and rubies, is stunning in its simplicity, but also in its ornamentation, especially in contrast to the king's glaive. His weapon is a massive piece carved from bone, and was very much a functional weapon, showing signs of years of use. Also on display is a masterfully carved bone sword, engraved with runes reading Winterfang, Bane of Tilduk. And its richly bejeweled scabbard. Scholars are still researching the name Tilduk in hopes to add more interpretation to the display featuring this weapon. The people of Kolkadar also led lives rich in ceremony, as shown in a feathered robe that scholars say was used in wedding rituals and worn by a bride. The feathers would have been painstakingly gathered from hundreds of birds and taken years to collect enough, showing the patience and perseverance of the robe's creators. A cloak of winter wolf fur adorned with bone spikes is also on display, and serves as an intriguing visual counterpart to the bridal robe. The opening of the exhibit was a grand affair and included an exclusive guest list of dignitaries and donors who made the display possible. Unfortunately, the Unexpectables were out of town and weren't able to attend. Kita Goodmother, a dwarven matriarch whose clan hails from deep in the mountains of Bolter, was present and asked to speak and ceremonially open the exhibit. My eyes may not be strong enough to see the fine details anymore, but I can feel the dedication and craftsmanship that practically radiates from these items. This was a people rich in culture and history, and with their passing, We are all diminished. We can celebrate and honor their memory by seeing their works, remembering their deeds, and singing their names to the mountains. The opening gala involved the sampling of snowberry wine that had been recovered from Kolkadar and was in perfect condition even after all the years. Small sips were meted out in exchange for donations of 100 gold coins to the museum. I was gonna say that shit is expensive and, like, get some connoisseurs in there. That ain't for free. That's not complimentary. Charging 10 platinum a sip, man. Glad we each snagged a bottle. It was 900-year-old wine. "900 years. Can wine spoil? Or is that just not a thing that can happen? Are you feeling brave? Do you want to feel bold? The Romantian. Some of our staff might be more than you can handle, but fortune favors the bold. Come by for 2 scoops of adventure. That kobold has a really big tail. Simmons Scribery in EOS Square, Middle Arcana District, Alivast. Until the 20th of this month, speak promo code Expect Joy into the bird's mouth for 15% off. Fucker. She's got some huge ears. The Great Alivast Baby Bump. Nobody knows when it started, but it must have been within the last 7 months. Boutiques across the city have begun to abandon the racks upon racks of quaint dresses built to remain stylish and gorgeous ball gowns. Meant for one night only. Done away with impressively made shoes and accessories for a lady looking to treat themselves. Now they have taken to the mass creation of specially designed dresses and blouses for the rich and poor, all with stretchy fabric in the midsection, and soft, pliable fibers, and accessories less suited for a lady on a night on the town, and more to accommodate a new life growing inside a woman. And there are a lot of couples awaiting new lives in what clerics are increasingly calling the Great Baby Bump. Of a survey of almost 600 married couples in the lower and middle districts alone, almost 1 in every 4 couples. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa. One in 4. So, like, Alexa, what's 600 divided by 4?
600 divided by 4 is 150.
150 people are pregnant at the same time in the lower and middle districts alone. The troops came home in more ways than one. Shut up, that's gross. One in 30 are currently trying for or are expecting. 1 in 30. Or have recently had their second, and the streets reflect it. Carts go slower than they ever have before, thanks to the influx of toddling feet just entering pedestrian life. Candy shops across the city have been making money hand over fist from enterprising families visiting the city for the market of urbanites, rewarding their little angels with sweets. Public benches are now full to bursting with expectant mothers resting, discussing their pregnancies at length, trading old wives' tales and tricks, and of course bracing themselves when the baby kicks. Maybe it's the air, suggests one Jalderic Cam Denper, a beleaguered cleric of Hoketh who had found time for a rest after weeks of checkups on pregnant stomachs. It was just after the summer where I noticed where practically every couple had decided to start a family. I swear there weren't this many couples in Alivast last time I checked. It's like the gods have looked at the whole city, found every couple of appropriate age, pointed at them and said, Pregante! And voila, babies for everybody. While most are obviously quite giddy at the prospect of the city exploding in population, not everyone is as enthusiastic as one Kendrin Schmeckeldorf explains. Kendrin Schmeckeldorf. I live in an apartment complex where no less than every room around me has a newborn in it, and oh, how they cry. Sometimes they cry at the same time, in stereo, and whole decades of my life slaw off my body like snakeskin when it happens. I know that feeling. Kedrin Schmeckeldorf, I know that pain. I've been to an airport. I swear, Labreus better be rebuilt soon so I can move to somewhere quiet for once. While sleepless nights are obviously a concern, it is clear that the fruits of love hang brightly in Alivast, as one expectant mother explains. I thought for months that my husband Brattleby was going to die on some awful southern front, being eaten by giants, and when he came home, he said he wasn't going back to the front. Well, I knew right then and there. The time was right. Now we've got everything picked out and ready. I'm a little scared, but I'm so excited as well. Why wouldn't I be? I'm going to be a mother. And that sentiment, it seems, is being shared like wildfire across these budding families in this proud city. Now, according to almond scholars, set to become a whole 2 years younger on average thanks to this baby bump. Narade Connor's daughter will be taking the following few weeks off to have her first child. Barnabas. You named your child Barnabas? At least call him Barney. We at the Oracle wish the Connor's daughter family well, as she is on maternity leave. Yeah. Alright, and now, for the coup de grace. The letters to the Lady of Livrosia! Dear Lady of Livrosia, a little while ago I said something dumb, and unfortunately my friends were around to hear it. Ever since then, they've been reminding me of the dumb thing I've said, and even have given me a nickname based on it. Uh-oh. That's my headphone battery saying it's low. I really should be charging this headset more, but I am a dumb baby, so I have not been. What headset do I have? I have a PLT headset. I forget what exactly it is, but there you go. Oh no. On one hand, it is fun to have a nickname, but on the other, it's a bit embarrassing because it is a little crude. I'm kind of torn about which way to go with this. I don't want to be the one to ruin everyone's fun. Signed, the Etchy Killer. Dear Etchy Killer, I love you. Sometimes it's hard to find the line between being playful, teasing, and hurtful comments. But it sounds like you have good friends. If it bothers you, let them know in no uncertain terms. Otherwise, lean into it and own it. Make it your own brand of nonsense. Sorry, I'm getting message. And set the boundaries yourself. I bet you could get a lot of mileage out of it if you really wanted. You should get your new nickname embroidered on a jacket so everyone knows it. That would be really cool. Also, have commemorative collectible figurines made. Just think of how you could leverage this into a lucrative line of income. Damn. The lady was really thinking about that one. Dear lady, my girlfriend and I have been together for several months now, and things are going good, except for one thing. She loves to cook for me and frequently prepares meals. The problem is that she's not very good at it. I mean, she's terrible. She'll make rice and it'll be a soggy mess. She'll overseason meats until they're a salty mess. And somehow she even managed to burn a salad. Literally a burnt green salad. At first I tried to eat it and smile and let her know I appreciated it, but it is getting to be too much for me to handle. I may not be on the level of a Borpington or Bacaw, but I actually am an apprentice baker, so I at least know the basics. How do I gently inform my girlfriend that she's got room for improvement? Signed, Mr. Sore Tum Tum. Dear Mr. Sore Tum Tum, I love you. I appreciate the concern you have for your girlfriend. Here's an idea. Ask her if you could cook together. Make it fun and use the opportunity to gently coach her on what you know. You can get a feel for where she's lacking specifically and if she's willing to improve or if it's just not her gift. You can learn a few new recipes together, and that could be a great way to get closer. Get a sense if she is cooking out of a sense of obligation to. Some cultures do that, and she might appreciate being left off the hook. Dear lady, I've been thinking of getting a pet. I've been pretty lonely and been having this pet around keeps me company. I've been pretty lonely and having a pet around to keep me company sounds like a good idea to me. The only problem is that I am afraid that I may not be able to take care of it properly and give it the attention it needs. What kind of pets do you think would be good for keeping you company, but not needing a lot of attention? Dogs need a lot of socialization, and pet birds or fish aren't quite as snuggly as I'd like. Any recommendations of pets that would be good? Signed, Petless in Alivast. Dear Petless, I love you. A pet is a big responsibility, but you seem to be doing your thinking. Have you considered a rabbit? They are fairly self-contained and can be trained to do all of their business in the same spot. The local druids can also help you keep them healthy, or maybe a pseudo-dragon. They're a little more expensive, but don't shed hair, love to curl up and relax. They are also really smart and can deliver messages for you if you like. A great option that you might want to consider is a miniature giant space hamster. Animal experts will know about them, but they may be new to casual pet owners. They are very intelligent and love to keep you company, and are great at staying out of trouble. I have a blink dog myself, though he disappears a lot. He's fun to pet. Miniature giant space hamster. Otherwise known as a hamster. And that's going to be it for the Alivast Oracle here tonight. And also for the Alivast Art Gallery. I want to give credits to the people behind the Alivast Art Gallery. King Kiwi, Fiery Blitz, Mad Tom K, WX Chuck, Sky on Air, August Christopher, who made that wonderful picture at the very beginning of this. Roadrunner Moose, Fenrir Lives, Froggy's Mom, and Jim the Rabid Cow. Thank you so much.